morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started.
So let us see the cell theory. All living things are made up of cell. Cells are the basic unit of structure and function in an organism. That is the basic unit of life. Cell comes from the reproduction of existing cells, that is cell division. Now cells are extremely minute in size. Remember this. जो भी सेल है, अगर हम लोग ऐसे ही हमारा हाथ देखेंगे तो हम लोगों को कुछ भी नहीं दिखाई देगा, स्किन दिखाई देती है ना, सेल्स नहीं दिखाई देते हैं। बट यही स्किन को अगर हम लोग एक थिन लेयर लेकर सेल को वो लेयर को लेकर अगर हम लोग स्लाइड में ऑब्जर्व करते हैं अंडर अ माइक्रोस्कोप, सो यू विल बी एबल टू सी सेल्स इन दैट। ओके, नाउ ये माइक्रोस्कोप इज अ डिवाइस इन विच वेरियस टाइप्स ऑफ lenses are used. ठीक है, you are in this picture, you can see this is a microscope which helps to us to see the cells and the cell organelles which are there inside the cell. Okay, cell organelles इससे नहीं दिखाई देते हैं, but cell के अंदर का structure दिखाई देता है कि कैसा है वो। ठीक है, as cells are extremely minute in size, we cannot see cells with the naked eyes. Micrometer and nanometer are the units used for measuring their sizes. The compound microscope is used for observing cells. An object on a glass slide magnified many times by the lenses of the microscope. Now this is a normal compound microscope that is used, okay, earlier and now also we make use of these types of microscope in our schools and in laboratories. If for further studies, there are different types of microscopes called as electron microscopes, which can further magnify the cells and you can have an image of what are the things which are inside the cell as well. Okay, and in order to see the cell, the units that are used are called as micrometers and nanometers, which are extremely small that you cannot see through the naked eyes. Okay, so you have to remember these small things. Now remember, 1 centimeter is equal to how many millimeters? You have to find out this. 1 millimeter is equal to 1000 micrometers. 1 micrometer is equal to 1000 nanometers. So this is what it actually is and how small these microorganisms or cells are under the microscope that you see with the help of the lenses that are there in the microscope. ठीक है, the lenses magnify the image and you can actually see कि यहाँ ये cell, ये जो skin है, ये जो layer है plant का, अगर एक slice लेकर हम लोग observe करते हैं तो हम लोग को पता चलता है कि अच्छा इसके अंदर ये भी चीज़ है, ये सेल है, सेल के अंदर का स्ट्रक्चर कैसा है, सर्कुलर है कि it is rectangular, they are very closely packed, कि they are loosely held. This all you come to know with the help of the microscopes. A very interesting chapter here that we're talking about today. The next part of this chapter that we're talking today is microorganisms. Now, up till now, we have learned about what is a cell, how cell was discovered, who had seen the cell for the very first time. Now we come on to the next part, that is microorganisms. Microorganism. The meaning of the word micro means very minute and organisms means living organism, living thing. So let us see what are microorganisms first. We have learned that there are countless living organisms on the earth. हम लोगों ने अब तक पढ़ चुके हैं ना कि बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनिजम्स है, अलग अलग स्पीशीज, क्लास एंड ऑल. वी हैव लर्नड अबाउट दैट. But of these, the microorganisms which cannot be seen with our eyes but can only be observed under microscope are called microorganisms. So here you can see an amoeba, a paramecium. You can see various bacteria, viruses. Nowadays, it is very common to hear about COVID-19, right? Coronavirus. Now, these are all virus and bacteria which are present in the atmosphere, which you cannot see, है ना? अब ये कोरोना वायरस है, ये वायरस हम लोगों को दिखाई दे रहा है क्या? नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है, बट इट इज देयर, राइट? पीपल आर ब्रीदिंग, पीपल कैन, अगर किसी को इफेक्टेड है कोई माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म, कोई वो डिजीज से इफेक्टेड है, अगर दूसरा इंसान जो हेल्दी है उसे नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है वो ऑर्गेनिज्म, बट स्टिल इट इज हार्मिंग इट. उसको अगर हम लोग ब्रीथ करते हैं थ्रू, इफ यू आर नॉट कवरिंग योर माउथ और योर नोज, and if you're touching your hands and not washing it, and without washing your touching your face or your nose, there are chances that it could enter into your body. So you can imagine how minute it is कि हम लोगों को दिखाई नहीं देता है ये माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म. So ये जो कोरोना वायरस is also a kind of microorganism because you cannot see it through your naked eyes. हम लोगों को हमारी आंखों से नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है ये, and you need a microscope to see it and to view it. Okay, and hence this name is given to it as microorganism. Now, what are microorganisms? Microorganisms are minute organisms that are invisible to the naked eye. Microorganisms are so small that they can only be seen under a microscope. These include a huge range of microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, algae, protozoa, etc. These microbes can be beneficial as well as harmful in many ways. The air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink, the floor that where we stand, everything around us is inhabited by some or the other type of microorganisms. Right now you all are sitting, you all are breathing in air, it also has microorganisms. The food that you're eating, it also has microorganisms. The water that you're drinking, it might have microorganisms in it. They are even present inside your body. Few microorganisms can also withstand extreme climatic conditions, like a place as hot as boiling water or a place as cold as ice. Some microorganisms are found alone, while others are found in colonies. Colonies means in group. Now, in this picture, you can see some are alone, some are in group, and as I told you that they are present everywhere and it can be seen only through the microscope, and that is why you have to know that are these microorganisms always harmful or some of them are useful. So let us have an overview of useful and harmful microorganisms. Now, where do you find microorganisms? That is occurrence of microorganisms. Microorganisms are present all around us in the air, water, soil, food, sewage, garbage, as well as in the bodies of plants and animals, including humans. हमारी body में भी microorganisms present है, garbage में भी present है, पानी जो पी रहे हैं उसमें भी है, rivers है, oceans है, ice है, ठीक है, वहाँ पर भी microorganisms present है. Some microorganisms are solitary, means अकेले हैं, that is they live singly. Example is amoeba, paramecium, whereas some live in colonies. Some microorganisms live on the remains of dead plant and animals as well. ठीक है, तो कुछ microorganisms जो dead और decaying और dead organisms है उसको अपना खाना समझते हैं and they survive on them. So they live in the dead and decaying organisms of organism also. I hope with this occurrence of microorganisms is clear. ये microorganisms कहाँ present है, कैसे present है, अकेले हैं या groups में है, depends upon organism to organisms. Remember, we cannot see objects smaller than 100 micrometers in size. Okay, so अगर हमारी eyesight अच्छी है, फिर भी you cannot see an object which is smaller than 100 micrometers in size with your eyes. So we make glass slides of the microorganisms and observe them under a compound microscope. I've shown you all a picture of what is a compound microscope in the previous video. You can go and have a look at it. However, if a magnification of 10,000 times proves to be insufficient, then we need to use an electron microscope to observe those microorganisms. Now remember, microorganisms are very minute. They come in the size of nanometers also. ठीक है, माइक्रोमीटर्स तो छोड़ दो, नैनोमीटर्स में भी आते हैं. नैनोमीटर्स आर मच स्मॉलर एज कम्पेयर टू माइक्रोमीटर्स, 1000 टाइम्स मच स्मॉलर. तो अगर कोई ऑर्गेनिज्म इतना छोटा है तो कभी कभार वो कंपाउंड माइक्रोस्कोप के अंडर भी नहीं दिखता. So if they are not visible under the compound microscope, they need to be seen under an electron microscope. Okay, so there is a possibility that there are organisms which are so small as well. Sizes of some microbes are given here. Paramecium is about 100 micrometers. Bacteria of typhoid is 1 to 3 micrometers. Poliovirus is 28 nanometers. And microbes measure less than 100 micrometers. Okay, so you have to remember a few examples here, like poliovirus, bacteria of typhoid, and paramecium. Their sizes, it could come as a fill in the blank or match the column. Let's see the nature of microorganism. Now here, as we have learned in a previous video also about the cell structures, that not all cells are of the same type. Same way, when you talk about microorganisms also, not all microorganisms are similar to each other. They are of various shapes, various size, various structures. They are the thing that they do is also very different. The function is also very different in organisms. Now, some of them are spherical in shape, some are round, some are rod shape, some are in the shape of some live in colonies. ठीक है, आप लोगों को दिखाई दे रहे हैं. Some live in the group of twos, some live in the group of threes. Okay, so it depends upon the microorganism and it depends upon which type of microorganism that we're talking about. So this is how different microorganisms are there, and their shapes are given on the screen over here. You can have a look at that. This brings us to a very important thing, that is prokaryotic cells. Now, what is a prokaryotic cell? Let us understand that. This picture that you see is an example of how a prokaryotic cell looks. Prokaryotic cells are single-celled microorganisms. Now, in our previous video, in part 1 of this chapter, we have learned about eukaryotic cells, that is, animal cells and plant cells. Now, prokaryotic cells are single-celled microorganisms, means unicellular organisms. These are known to be the earliest on Earth. Prokaryotes include bacteria and archaea. The photosynthetic prokaryotes include cyanobacteria that performs photosynthesis. There are certain unicellular organisms which can perform photosynthesis also, like cyanobacteria. A prokaryotic cell consists of a single membrane and therefore all the reactions occur within the cytoplasm. They can be free living or parasites, means they can be living freely और अपना खुद से खाना बना सकते हैं, they can live properly, but there are some unicellular organisms which survive on the other organisms which are called as the parasites. ठीक है? Some microorganisms like fungus that grows on bread or strands of algae in ponds are multicellular. However, most microorganisms such as bacteria and viruses are unicellular. They have a somewhat different cellular structure. Here you can see in this picture, it is quite different from the cellular structure that we seen earlier. They do not have the membrane bound organelles found in eukaryotic cells. Now here you cannot see properly a endoplasmic reticulum, a nucleus, or a Golgi body, or a lysosome, ribosome. Not all things are mentioned here properly. The plasma membrane, the cytoplasm, and the nucleoid are the only components. Such cells are called prokaryotic cells. यहाँ पर nucleus नहीं है, nucleus की जगह पर nucleoid है. Okay, you can see how it is just it appears just के ऐसे रख दिया गया है. ठीक है, in the eukaryotic cells you could actually see कि एक बराबर सा layer है, उसके ऊपर एक wall है जो उसे एक proper shape देती है. Then apart from that, there are various organelles which are present in the cytoplasm, like endoplasmic reticulum, like Golgi body, vacuoles, ribosomes, mitochondria. All these things were present in the cytoplasm. Whereas here you can just see dot dot things. वो जो डॉट डॉट है वो ऑर्गेनल्स है जो फंक्शन कर रहे हैं वो सेल को सरवाइव करने के लिए. ठीक है. तो दीज ऑर्गेनिजम्स ऑल्सो सर्वाइव. ऐसा नहीं है कि इनके अंदर प्रॉपर सेल्यूलर स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है तो ये काम नहीं करते होंगे. दे ऑल्सो फंक्शन वेरी वेल बिकॉज दे आर मेड इन सच अ वे कि वो यूनिसेल्युलर है, एक ही सेल है उनके पास, मगर वो सेल ही सफिशिएंट है उनका सब काम परफॉर्म करने के लिए. ठीक है. Let's see how the microorganisms grow. The growth of microorganisms. Each microorganism needs a specific environment for growth and reproduction. As we need a proper environment, खाना चाहिए, पानी चाहिए, atmosphere चाहिए अच्छा, ठीक है, ज़्यादा ठंडी नहीं, ज़्यादा गर्मी नहीं, everything is required by us. Oxygen चाहिए. Same way, even the microorganisms require certain things for their growth and reproduction. Many microbes need oxygen for their growth, whereas some microbes can grow without oxygen. So here you can see that there are some organisms, microorganisms, जिनको ऑक्सीजन की ज़रूरत है और कुछ को बिल्कुल भी ऑक्सीजन की ज़रूरत नहीं है. ठीक है. Some microorganisms survive in extreme and adverse conditions like the ocean floor, ice and polar region, hot water spring, etc. During adverse condition, microorganisms form a thick covering around themselves and stop their life processes. On return of favorable conditions, they come out of the protective covering and continue their life processes. Now here you can see that the bacteria which require oxygen are called as aerobic bacteria, and the bacteria which do not require oxygen are called as anaerobic bacteria. Okay, so the growth of microorganisms is clear. What are the things that they require? Some require oxygen, some do not require oxygen. In favorable conditions they reproduce. If the conditions are not good, अगर बहुत ज़्यादा ठंडी है उनके हिसाब से या फिर बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी है, so what do they do is they form a thick covering around themselves. ठीक है. एक थिक कवरिंग बना लेते हैं जिससे बाहर का क्लाइमेट उनके अंदर की बॉडीज को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करता, हार्म नहीं करता. एंड वंस दैट फेवरेबल कंडीशन अराइजेस, लाइक इफ दे नीड वाटर, तो अगर बारिश हो रही है तो अगेन दे विल दैट आउटर कवरिंग is it comes out. Okay, they come out of that protective covering and they continue their life processes ahead. Okay, so with this I hope how the microorganisms, what are the criterias required for the growth of microorganisms is clear. Now according to shapes and life processes, microorganisms are classified as algae, fungi, protozoa, bacteria and viruses. Now, where do the microorganisms grow? Remember, they grow in soil, water, decaying matters, etc. The temperature required is at least 25 degrees to 37 degrees centigrade in order to survive properly. The nutrition mode is specific nutrients are required. Example, algae require chlorophyll, which helps them to perform photosynthesis and produce their energy. Some require oxygen, and the atmosphere should be moist, humid and warm, not too cold, not too hot. Okay, they need water. So with this I hope where the microorganisms grow is also clear, which is the temperature required, what are the nutrients which are essential for their growth, and what are the types of microorganisms that are there. So you have to remember the types of microorganisms are bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa and viruses. Okay. So microorganisms which are useful in making curd and bread. Medicinal use of microorganism is also there. Increasing soil fertility, I've explained you that. It helps in cleaning the environment by making decomposing the organism, dead and decaying animals which are there. Soil fertility increase करते हैं. ठीक है. They help in preparation of vaccines, like nowadays we talked about COVID-19 vaccines, and there are various vaccines like when you are born That time various vaccines are given, polio drops are given. These are all essential things which are made with the help of microorganisms only. Commercial production of alcohol and wine are also a few examples of useful microorganisms. Bacteria and fungi cause dead organisms to decay to form natural fertilizers. Some bacteria can be used to make cheese, and fungi are used to produce antibiotics as well. Some microorganisms that enter the body can cause illnesses. Eating food contaminated with microorganisms can cause food poisoning. Bacteria can action the food remains between the teeth. This produces acid which causes tooth decay. Food turns bad because of bacteria and fungi. So I hope with this part of the chapter is quite clear to all of you. In the next coming period, we'll be learning something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.
If you like the session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share and view the videos that we had today for you. And please do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you remain updated with all the latest videos that we'll be making for our dear students. This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.